Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. Hey, today it is installation day. Installation of the TRD skid plate. My customized TRD skid plate, in that I painted it black and then put the red letters back on, of course. It did come with the red letters. And also painted this little access panel here that goes right there for the oil filter. So, what we're gonna do, and I'll set you guys up, but we have to remove the factory skid plate, I guess, this little thin thing. And I don't actually have the secondary cover in the instructions that I have here. It mentions a secondary cover back here, but this isn't an off-road model, that's probably why. I don't have that, so I don't have to screw with that. I just have to take off this part before we can get started installing the new skid plate. So let me get you guys all set up, and we'll get this installation going. All right, I think we're all set up. Let's get going. First of all, we need a 12mm socket, and I'm going to use this impact drill to loosen these, because I'm sure they're really tight, as everything from the factory is. According to the instructions, and we are going to follow the instructions, there are 4 bolts. One here, one here, one here, and one here. And that's to remove the factory skid plate. So let's start, I don't know, let's start here. Make sure we're going the right way. Okay, that wasn't too difficult. And let's go here. Alright. Likewise, that wasn't too difficult. Now, of course, I'm concerned about this crazy thing falling on me, which I do not want to happen. So, it is hooked up here, supposedly. So, we're going to, excuse me, we're going to go right here next, I think, and see what happens. At least that way I have my right hand up here so I can get up here quick and get this off. This isn't very heavy, I can't imagine, so here we go. Alright, let's see if it stays a little. It does, that's good. I suppose it should, right? There is a bolt in there. Alright, here we go. Last one. Set that down. Get rid of our drill. And it does indeed hook. So, first part, we have the factory plate off. So we'll set that aside, and then there's a couple more bolts somewhere we need to take off of here. We'll figure that out, come right back. Okay, that takes care of that. Now we're supposed to move the 4 bolts, or 4 bolts I should say, from the member braces. And that would be these braces here. And there are 4 bolts, 2 here, but 1 is on the inside. That's what we want to remove. The one on the inside, not the outside. And then the one at the bottom down here, and top over here. And it specifically says, do not remove the other bolts and do not remove the member braces. So we don't want to do that. That's going to take a 17mm socket, which we have right here, handy enough. So, let's go ahead and see if we can't get those off. These look like they're going to be rather tight. Here we go. And I don't believe we reuse these, but just in case, we'll set them aside. Alright, that was easy enough. I'll tell you, if you're into modding and stuff, you need an impact driver, man, because these things make life easy. So, that's it. We've got everything removed that we need to remove, I believe. So now it's a matter of muscling this thing up here, because it's rather heavy. It probably weighs, I bet it probably weighs upwards of 30 to 40 pounds, something like that. I'm not sure exactly, but there is some weight to it. So I'm going to bring that thing over here, and we're going to finish the installation. All right, we're going to muscle this thing up here. I do have a couple of bungee cords just to kind of help me hold it a little, maybe. I'm not sure if they're going to do me any good or not. These thing is rather heavy, which I guess is good. You want it to be heavy, right? What I really need to do is to be under it. And I need my handy dandy. There we go. I'll get my wrench ready so that when I'm up there, I guess I have something to help. All right, that's one. Okay, as you can see, we've muscled it up there. That was a chore. Getting these bolts in, I'll tell you, the bungee straps, again, really helped. Now, we're supposed to finger tighten, and I've already got the bolts in, somewhat, if I can find my ratchet, my socket. And we're supposed to finger tighten these, and I probably already have it there. And I do. And now we're supposed to finger tighten the bolts in the rear, which I think I've already done. Let's grab another socket and head back here to the rear bolts. Ah, there we are. These right back here. If I got the right view and those. Let's see if I can't finger tighten these. Kind of hard to do when your hands are all slippery, so I'm going to use a socket just to get them up to where they contact the to where the skid plate contacts the truck itself. It's about right there. So we've contacted the cross member. There. Now we're supposed to finger tighten the center bolts, which are here. So you're going to switch sockets to the 17 millimeter. All right, there I've contacted. Now I'm supposed to go back to the front. Alright, so now, according to the directions, after you've contacted everything, made contact with everything, I should say, let me check real quick. I think it's just a matter of tightening everything down now. Okay. Now we're supposed to torque everything, and the torque specs are, see, the middle and the front are 45, or I should say 35 foot-pounds, and the rear is 21 foot-pounds. I don't have a torque wrench at the moment, so we're going to just crank on these until they're tight. Not exactly the way to do it, but that's how we're going to do it. So, it says, and I will go in the order they say, it says torque the middle bolts. Let me make sure. Alright, so we're supposed to torque the middle bolts first. So, we're going to crank on those a little here. So that takes care of the center bolts, and I'll recheck this again later. Obviously, with it being on the lift like this, it's pretty easy for me to do. So, I'll do that later. Let's go to the back and crank on those just a little bit. Start over here, I guess. Again, I'm not going to kill it, so just like that. And that takes care of the rears. Now all we have left to do is to crank down on the very front, and we'll be done. Get my sockets up here so I have them within reach. Turn you back around here so you can see the carnage, which hopefully there isn't any. All right, you can see the bolt right at the top of the screen there, I think. Let's go ahead and finish these and then we'll be done. All right, that's it. Not too bad. The hardest part of this mod is definitely going to be muscling that thing up there if you're doing it by yourself. It is fairly heavy. I mean, heavy to be able to hold it up, you know, upright or up above your head, if you will, while you're trying to finagle it around and get the bolt holes and everything lined up. That's kind of a drag. Anyway, let me go ahead and get the bungee cords off here. I'll show you guys the finished product. I think we'll back up and I'll give you a little light show as well. So stay tuned. Okay, you guys almost let me forget. I can't believe you would let me forget this, but we forgot to do something. You may notice there's a hole right here. That's because we forgot to put this plate on. So we got to do that before we finish. Real quick, I'll show you what these give you access to. Under here, you can see there's a hole cut out right here, and that is the drain plug right there for the oil. So if you need to change the oil, you don't have to remove the skid plate. Well, what about the filter, right? It is right there. So again, and this is my light so you can see it in the way. Otherwise, let's get that light out of the way. There you go. I guess we don't really need the light. You can reach up there and get this oil filter off. That way, you don't have to take down this skid plate, which would be a real drag, let me tell you. So now I need to put this plate on. That's pretty easy. Let me go ahead, I'll set you up, show you how to do that real quick. Okay, I know why you guys let me forget, because you want to see the finished product. But we got to see this first. It's important. It's just the plate. It's going to go on right here, and it's held on by 4 Allen keyed bolts, if you will. So let's go ahead and just get those started. First, I need to pull out the paper I put inside. It's the little things, so that the threads didn't get paint on them. So, we'll go ahead and pull that paper out, and then we'll put the screws in. There, just like doing surgery. All right. Let's try that again. Probably work better without stuff in the holes, you know. That's what happens when you get in a hurry. See, I'm in a hurry now. I'm at the home stretch. I'm ready to be done. Take your time. There's no hurry. Relax. It's okay. We're in the home stretch. This is the easy part. This is really the easy part, let me tell you. Compared to lifting this thing, it's the easy part. One more. Okay, and in case I hadn't mentioned it before, and I know I didn't, I got this from Sparks Parts. If you guys are looking for something like this, sparksparts.com, use discount code RobMotive for 5% off your order. All right. Let's go ahead and tighten this thing down. I don't think I've forgotten anything else. All right, that's it. Now we're done. Let me get all the other vehicles out of the way here. We'll back out. I'll let you guys see this from the front, and I'll give you a little preview. I know it's daytime, but I want to see some more of this front end with that new LED bar on it. So stay tuned. All right, I'm going to back it out of here, but before I do that, and I'll show you the new skid plate, but I want to give you a little bit of a light show. We have the new LED light bar in here. I know we haven't seen much of that yet. We need to do a nighttime video, but it's a little, it's not well lit in here, but it is light. But I'm going to pop everything on, let you guys see what the front of the truck looks like right now, at least in the daylight. So let me set you up. See if I can get you a good shot right there, without me in front of you, of course. There, I think that's pretty good. Zoom you in just a hair. I think that's pretty good. All right, let's turn the lights on, see what everything looks like. Just a quick little look at what everything looks like lit up. The Raptor style lights, the headlights, the brights, the driving lights, the LED bar. So I got a lot of lights on the front of this truck. Anyway, let's pull it outside, take a look at the skid plate now. Okay, got you out here in the light now. Let's take a look at the front, see if this made any difference. There you go, you can see it there. This would probably be, you know, what you're seeing it like going down the road. You can see the TRD lettering underneath there, as well as that black skid plate. I think it looks pretty cool. You can take a look at it from an angle. Of course, we have the Tundra sitting here beside it. Take a look at it from another angle. I think it looks pretty darn good. I like it. You know, I wasn't a big fan of skid plates, to be honest with you, but after getting this and putting it on there, wow, it really does complete the front look of the truck. I like that. Of course, you can see the new LED light bar here in the light. That may need some adjusting down. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll have to take a look at that once I actually get it out here and turn it on in the dark. But there's a shot from down a little bit lower. Let's zoom you guys in on that puppy right there. And there you go. There's what the TRD skid plate looks like up close. Okay, there you go. You guys can see what the skid plate looks like on the Tacoma back there. I think it looks pretty good. I'm actually really happy with it. As I mentioned, I wasn't a big fan of skid plates, especially in the color it came in. Just wasn't my thing. But with this black paint on it and that red lettering, man, it looks awesome. It really does complete the front of the truck. I think it's too cool. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you think of that. Did I make the right decision in painting it? I think so. Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.